Hi everyone. I almost finished filming the video, and basically the card was full, so I made sure last night that the battery was charged, but I forgot to delete old videos. Anyway, so let's start again. This video is going to be Canon Selphy printer CP1200. It's the newer edition of the original. So the original was purely a cable, a USB printer, and this one is a Wi-Fi. So you have the choice of still printing it with cable attachment or through cable attachment or Wi-Fi. So it comes in two colors, a black, I believe, and the white. Don't quote me on the black because I think it's a black, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is what it looks like. It's very neat. It's, you know, it's not that heavy. It's supposed to be portable if you want it to be. So in here you have a adapter engagement or whatever you call it. So you insert the adapter there to be able to have electricity go through it. I'm not very techy, so excuse me on that part. And then at the back here, this is where the picture comes through, so make sure when it's printing it's basically going back and forwards, back and forwards. It goes through, I think, 4 different colors, and every time the picture moves through the printer, so make sure when you're placing your Canon that nothing is blocking the back, so that you have space for the paper to come out. Then on the side here you have the ink cassette, which I won't take out now in case it leaks. This is the size of it, and it's about, I'd say, this long from here to here. And the front compartment is where you can insert the SD card, memory card, and print it from the card, and into here you insert your paper cassette, which we'll come to. So it comes with a paper cassette in the size of a postcard size cassette. And that's what it looks like. So if I place it on top, you can see it's just a little bit longer than the actual printer. So this is what it looks like. So to insert it, you basically open up the flap, and then on here you have 3 stages which tell you what to do. So you have this flap which you open up, and then you have the second flap that you open up to load your paper, and then you close it back in, make sure it clicks, then you insert this part into here until it clicks, and you leave it like that. Once you're done printing, it is important that you close the flap, or take it out, close the flap, and store it somewhere, also keeping this closed, because you want to minimize the dust going inside the paper or on top of the paper, because that may reduce the quality of the prints. Be aware that you do need, when you're ordering this, you need to order paper. The paper depends on which paper you want. So for example, I didn't want to start printing with postcard paper because I'm new to it. I wanted to, experiment a little bit, and so I wanted to order something smaller, which I will explain in a minute. And so I didn't order any postcard size paper, but I ordered card size. And for that, you have to order a separate paper cassette. So the paper cassette that I have ordered is this one. That's what it looks like. And it suits card size. Now, there's 3 different sizes, 2 which I already mentioned, card size and postcard. And there's also a square. However, that square is an adhesive. It comes on sort of papers that you peel off and you stick onto wherever you need the image to go. So I'm not sure whether that would fit in here, because to me it would make sense because it's a square. These are card size, which you clip away where you can see the line here. You basically just bend it and clip it away. I'm not sure why they come like that, other than maybe not to touch the image. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure. But it only says card size here, it doesn't say square, so that I'm not sure about. So basically same thing here, you load the paper into there like I just showed you. You open up the second one, load the paper, close it and insert it, and that's how it is. Now it is important to not load more than 18 sheets of paper at once, because it can break down or something like that. So they recommend to keep it 18, which is not a problem. So by the way, this is the packaging that it came in, the paper cassette. This is the size of the card size paper. And then as I just said, so this is, I think, the smallest pack, if I'm not mistaken, is the 36 sheets, but there are also bigger packs that you can order, and it always comes with an ink cassette, which is designed in a way to last those 36 images. So by the time you finish printing your 36 sheets, the ink cassette will be empty, and then you have to throw it out, and to move on to the next load of sheets you then go and purchase another set which has, you know, the ink and the sheets together. So the way it is designed, as I have mentioned before, you can only have 18 sheets, and they're already packaged separately. So this is my, I have used obviously the other 18, and it comes already pre-packaged, so you don't need to count 18 sheets. Okay, I hope I have mentioned everything. Have I mentioned everything? I think so. Anyway, oh yeah, so to print you have different possibilities. So you can print directly from the camera, which is through a Wi-Fi connection, or you can also do that with your phone, and you have an app that you can download, and that's also very simple, and I highly recommend those two. The third one is to print it from your memory card, the SD card that goes in here, and that I found to be a little bit time consuming, because if you want a specific image that you want to print, it is a lot easier to just do a Wi-Fi connection, find it on your camera or your phone, and click print, and it's done. If you do it through your card, even if you know which image you want to print, you will have to lift this screen, which lifts to 45 degrees. Do not force it, do not break it down, and then you have to find it, and then you have to print it, which takes a while. If you have a lot of pictures like me, I have to organize, you know, moving. I have pictures from like 2 years ago on this camera, so I have to move things around and things like that. So at the minute, you know, for me to go through it, it's quite a process basically. And the other thing is, if you're not certain what image you want to print, but you just want to look through, the quality of the images when you flick them through are minimized, and if you want to see the good quality of the picture, you have to click on the separate picture, on the individual picture, and then you get the good image. But again, I find that all time consuming, and I find that it's easier and the fastest just to do it through Wi-Fi. You know, select the picture, boom, it's done. So let's move on to the quality of the picture. So I was thinking, you know, having a Canon EOS 70D camera, which takes quite good pictures, I thought that the quality of the images would come out as, you know, as the camera shoots them, but not quite. So if I show you the first image that I have printed, on camera it actually looks better than in reality, I must say. I don't know if you can pick up, but there is a line going through all the way. So if you want this to be like a, you know, if you have a really expensive camera and you're taking amazing pictures, you would want it to be printed as you're taking them, so that you can, you know, put them into your album or do something with them. But I wouldn't say that this would justify the quality of my camera, because it reduces it by the looks of it. So originally I bought this camera to do my scrapbooking, because I wanted to take a picture and go print it out and have that freedom of doing it sort of immediately if I wanted it to, and not being you know, not needing to go online, select the pictures, wait for a couple of days for them to be sent, or even the next day. So that's the reason I did that. However, I don't know, having used it, I'm not sure whether I would use this for scrapbooking. It really depends how the picture comes out. But what I will use it for is watercolor, you know, floral watercolor illustration, because what I'm planning to do is stick a picture in the journal and then do a watercolor illustration next to it, and I think that would look quite neat. I will show you a couple of some of these pictures, and also a human picture, so you can see what I mean by that, as in why I wouldn't specifically want to use it for printing out my son's pictures to scrapbook them. Anyway, so this particular picture was printed using the memory card. These were taken also from my camera, but I used the Wi-Fi connection. For some reason on the Wi-Fi connection I couldn't figure out how to get rid of this border and make it borderless rather than bordered. So they came out very small, and I will have to trim them and give them a sharp edge. But these are the three pictures. So in reality these pictures are a lot more sharper, but if I show you, this one almost looks like it's you know, painted with pencils. It has less sharpness. It's the colors are not as vivid as in reality. When you know, by reality I mean as the camera captures it, it just doesn't come through. But having said that, it's still a good image. I can still see random lines. For example, here the line is a bit further up here. Is there a line here? Here I can't see a line. Can't see a line here either. Anyway, so that's that. Also, this is my son's picture, which I have taken also from the camera and printed it there, from the memory card. If you can see, it's just not, you know, the t-shirt, his face. First of all, the colors. It was a beautiful, bright, sunny day. The colors here are not as bright as they were and as they are on the photo, on the camera. And also, it's just not sharp enough. So the quality, you know, goes down once you print it with this, which it depends for what you need the picture. So if you need something like for this sort of thing, or other things where you don't need it to be 100%, then it's okay. So here are some examples. So these are taken from my phone and printed them directly using Wi-Fi. So, you know, they're good enough for what I'm intending to use them for, but thinking that you can print a picture and put it in a frame, I wouldn't do that, because I feel that the printer kind of diminishes the quality of the pictures. So, am I happy with this printer? I am to do watercolor paintings, but I wouldn't really, you know, call it a professional printer. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thanks for watching.